Also, much like Tennessee, they're waiting and hoping somebody will step up and help in the backcourt.
It's another game on the road, the 12th road game for South Carolina State. It's a non-conference slate that is typical for this school, typically year in and year out. That's Jacoby Gillespie who lost the handle on that one. It leads to a run out and a vicious rejection at the rim. That was Felix Okpara. He's one of the better shot blockers in the league. He wiped out that Cameron Clark dunk attempt. Okpara's got it here, and he draws a foul. Example of that. He has taken a nice step forward from year one in Knoxville to year two. So the senior from Nigeria gets the Vols on the board. So the leading scorers for South Carolina State, it's Johnson and then also number 5 in the Navy tonight. That's Owen Bronston Jr. Matter of fact, he actually leads them in scoring, about 12 per game. They don't have necessarily a go-to alpha scorer. It's going to be a number of guys that get in on the action. After the Morrow miss, here goes Ament, a slam.
You know, SC State finds out fast when you take an ill-advised shot, you got to get back and you got to stop the basketball. And Nate Ament gives you a little idea of why he's so highly regarded in terms of being able to run the floor, score in the half court.
The high-level athletic 5-star rookie.
One dribble, straight to the rim finish, but great advance pass by Tennessee. Get out in the lanes. They're going to be able to do that today against SC State.
South Carolina State, by the way, playing its second straight SEC opponent right before the holiday break. They faced South Carolina. That was Clark again on the rim run. Could not jam it down. Last touch by Clark. And so Tennessee has it. Well, Rick Barnes, you know, we talked to him earlier today. He has been vocal about how he's liking the direction of this program or the way this rotation is playing right now. He's one of the best to ever do it, close to 850 wins, winningest active head coach. He played, his team played in his minds their best defensive game in the win 2 weeks ago against Louisville, beat Gardner-Webb a little more than a week ago. So they're trying to go into SEC play on the upswing there. Ament now has 4.
Yeah, at 6'10", all he has to do is get a little separation. Not much, because he can shoot over just about anyone who's going to defend him on that perimeter. But under the control and soft touch.
At long reach, the freshman from Virginia. Clark had it stripped away. South Carolina State having some trouble on the offensive end. Ament drive and kick, threw it away. That's Florian Tenebe, who anticipated the pass. Tenebe goes in strong and draws the foul.
South Carolina State, now we've seen them go man, full court pressure, and now the half-court zone, do anything to throw Tennessee, just disrupt them any way they can.
Ament lines up the 3. He wants it offline. That's Morrow who secured the board for South Carolina State. The Bulldogs record, Pat, they're 1-13. This is their 12th road game. They've played a bevy of power conference teams. So the record's a little misleading. We've had some very close outcomes as well against some more similar competition. Here's Johnson, again, preseason player of the year in the league, and he splashes his first triple.
Well, he can hurt you from that three-point line, so you have to know where he is at all times. And I hope he is in fantastic condition, because he's going to get chased around the court the entire night.
Here's Gillespie, 4-3.
That pass comes from Bishop Boswell, who, under control, could have caught it, shot it, took his time. Swung it to his man, Jacoby Gillespie, so give up a good shot for a great one.
And Gillespie, he is effective and reliable from distance.
And it is the challenge for South Carolina State. You want to be patient. You want to make Tennessee defend, but also, if you can make tough shots like that, then, you know, every once in a while, maybe if you can get ahead of the defense, get a couple of easy buckets. Third turnover.
Ament had it knocked away. And so here comes Johnson and South Carolina State. They've hit back-to-back, drive and kick, 3 in the air. Bronston misfired. Bishop Boswell secures it.
I like that run with opportunity. Get yourself a good look from the corner 3.
South Carolina State's one win a couple of weeks ago against an NAIA team. So this their final non-conference game before opening up league play next week as well. So there's another Tennessee turnover on this side. That was Morrow again who anticipated it.
And they had the Tennessee coach Barnes talked about it. The attention to detail at times and the focus, didn't like it. Didn't like it in the Illinois game. Didn't like it in the Syracuse game, where they were right there, one possession at the end.
Johnson offline. It was that recent 3-game losing streak that led to some harsh practices. Force inside. There will be an SEC play with it around the corner.
The next step in his game, because he can draw so many fouls, is improving that free throw percentage. Just under 50.
Tennessee by 10 in a very low scoring. There's Carey on the floor. The entire Tennessee. Yeah, Pops, Vernon. Remember all those years with the Miami Dolphins, the defensive tackle.
Be proud of that play right there.
That's a fumble. That's a fumble
recovery right there.
That's a fumble recovery.
Take it the other way. No scoop and score this time, though.
And then remember, Big Bro. Remember his season at Duke? That jumper is pure. And Vernon Carey Sr. was on that 2001 National Championship team for Carey. Gonna rip the rim down.
I might want to check that halftime. I think there's a crack in that, or no doubt orange paint just flew off that rim.
I think he did chip a little. You're right. No, seriously, he chipped a little bit of the orange paint off of the rim. Unless that's some sort of design flaw. Tennessee by 10 once again. So Carey has been a menace. He's got 7. But it's even just his presence is, to your point, it's felt as if the impact has been bigger. 4 to shoot for Johnson. He is cut off by Carey. Johnson with 1. The floater missed it. And it is difficult for South Carolina State on this end. Let's see if they can get something in transition. Open look for Johnson.
Well, there you have your turnover, and you get it to your best player, and Johnson making them.
Iron. Okay, they were in action earlier tonight in Nashville, taking on Illinois in their bowl game. And, okay, how about this? Tennessee, they were down 2 scores earlier on the grid.
Haven't scored in the paint. And that's the size of Jalen Carey, Estrella, Para. Just cut you off. You can't get anything in that orange.
And that was the challenge coming in, handling that physicality, being a little overmatched from that standpoint. Now, credit Johnson, by the way. He has been asked to put the ball in his hands and make some plays. This is the preseason player of the year in the league. We have seen, it's been very clear to this point, Pat, an array of shots he can make. Ament back on the floor, and Nate Ament goes to the line.
So not settling for a deep 3. That's forcing Gillespie to stay in front of him. Put him in a little spin cycle, too, though. That was a heck of a move.
Yeah, he has displayed a variety of shots that he can hit. Ament, meanwhile, converts one at the line.
Well, he's a catch-and-shoot 3-point shooter. We saw him right down there, break down the defense. He's got a nice little floater.
They're going to have to deal with a little bit of backcourt heat. This is Florian Tenebe.
Once again, if you're SC State, you hope he's the most well-conditioned athlete on the court, because he's going to be running around a lot.
Pat, all things considered, they're down 8. Oh, Akpara, get that out of here. That was a spike. They're down 8 late in the first. Johnson, yes, that's another. Make it just a 6-point deficit. And in a lot of ways, impressive stuff from South Carolina State to stay this close.
Johnson does a good job. He just found that loose ball. Didn't hesitate. He had a few feet to get that off.
He has got 13 of the Bulldogs' 19. Gillespie is open. Offline. Akpara reaching for it. Akpara with the throwdown. He earned it, and then he slammed it. So Tennessee with its 6th offensive rebound.
Yeah, for Tennessee, some of the best offense has been after they missed the 3, got on the offensive glass, and they're going to be doing that to a lot of teams this year.
Ament, the McDonald's All-American, was looking to push. And then he draws the foul. That was all effort on that one, and the instincts to have the awareness of where to be. Credit Carey that time. Or pardon me, Dwayne Brown for the knockout. And Tennessee gets another look. Less than 5 to play, first half. Brown coming to set the screen. Ament goes that way. Johnson with the reach in. And so it will be
Great length, wingspan.
really impressive, yeah, reach.
He's got good touch. You know, and he's been asked to step into a starting role because of his high IQ and his consistency. That's what earned him as many minutes as he's been getting.
Highest ranked player in the state of Alabama is one of the several top 100 recruits that were part of that 25 class. Tennessee having a little trouble at the free throw line, so Ament does hit that one. Yet they're only 10, and they've taken 17. That's great. They've only hit 10. 9-point advantage late in this low-scoring first half.
Yeah, there have been times this season when they struggle from the free throw line. And for a team that's so physical on the glass, attacking the rim, they sit currently, just for perspective, 13 out of 16 in the Southeastern Conference, 71%. With South Carolina being at 78%, so it gives you a little idea.
So after that latest Carey foul, South Carolina State on this end of the floor. 7 out of 22 from the field, shooting 32%. Again, most of their production.
When he was just hopping around, when you warm up during that day, you can tell sometimes as a player if you're feeling it. You know, if you're going to be in the zone.
The edge.
The edge.
Sometimes that edge is there.
It is.
Nice jump shot from Raniel Wright. The junior from Inglewood, California. One of the many, you pointed it out before, many first-year Bulldogs. A lot of them coming from the junior college ranks. Oh, he was good in the Louisville win 2 weeks ago at 13-7. And today is Tennessee's leading scorer. He's got 9 on 3 of 4 shooting from the field.
One thing, talking to Coach Martin, he stress, patience, and sometimes too many passes results in a turnover if you're not aggressive to try to look to score. You're going to turn it over.
Another takeaway. Akpara underneath. Extra pass to Boswell. Now Carey looking to go to work. South Carolina State forces him to pass it back out. Gillespie draws the foul. Gillespie goes to the line to shoot a pair when we return. Tennessee by 10 in Knoxville to close out the Gillespie got fouled before the timeout. He converts twice at the line.
He give credit to because Jacoby on the defensive end has primarily had to guard Jaden Johnson, who, as you can tell, has the ball in his hands quite a bit for a good reason. Just defending him is not easy, having to defend high ball screen.
First on Boswell. Tyndall inside. The freshman gets rejected. That's Akpara with another block. Ament feed it inside. Carey bothered, and it was knocked out.
Had the right idea. Credit South Carolina State. I mean, they sent 4 guys straight to him, and he still was almost able to pick one of his teammates out for an open jump shot. Great job by Ament, though, recognizing in that situation, get it to your big guy, play through him.
Gillespie contested 3. He hits another. Jacoby Gillespie.
Smooth looking jump shot.
He's got 10, and Tennessee has now opened up its largest lead of the game, up 15.
Now, Bishop Boswell is regarded as the best defensive player, certainly on the perimeter of Tennessee. He'll guard anyone, anytime, anywhere. And he is player that really does it all for Tennessee.
Carey got a piece of that one. There was a whistle and a foul on Cushing Academy. Comes down to Orangeburg. Last year winds up with the all-rookie team. Turned in a fine year for, again, a MEAC championship team. And he was one of the better players returning in the MEAC this year. So it was a no-brainer. He was voted the preseason player of the year. Heightened expectations for this second-year Bulldog. Final 2 minutes of this first half. Boswell cuts. They work it back around to the wing. Ament stops on a dime. Had that one knocked loose. Wright and the Dogs in transition. Treadwell is open. Ball fake. Drive it. Bounce it. Turnover. Gillespie. Foot on the gas. Gillespie got it. Jacoby Gillespie, the senior from Maryland. He has been one of the more productive players in the SEC in the non-conference. Hodge bumping into Ament. Tenabe, a hesitation. The fall away is strong. And a lucky bounce here, a fortuitous one for South Carolina State. They're going to do 20.
20 and trying to do it. Player movement, ball movement, wear down that Tennessee's defense. It just come waves at you, though.
Only 3 to shoot. Morrow senses it. He's got to chuck it. Morrow was there, got it back. Morrow scores it.
Earlier in the half, he made one off the backboard from the top of the key there. Rick Barnes not happy. But another
slate on this staff. That's hard to do as a freshman for Rick Barnes. You know, it shows you just how he does the little things, makes the right smart plays more often than not.
I got my guys down there in Alabama. They said he's my man Bart Heiss, most impressive high school guy since Boogie Cousins to come out of Alabama.
That's a big one. So Tennessee in that first half shot 62% from the floor. The lead would have been larger. They really struggled
the first half. Only averaged 12 turnovers a game. And then the free throw line. A physical team, you got to be able to clean that up. You got to be able to make your free throws, especially these big guys.
There's Boswell on the attack. Gillespie with 8 on the timer, working off the Brown screen. Over to Boswell, steps into it. Yeah, Bishop Boswell.
Well, that's how you average 19 assists a game. Turned down that good one for a great one. Gillespie could have come off that screen and pulled up for that 3, chose not to. Rewards his buddy, Bishop Boswell.
So Gillespie's got 3 assists. The assist rate very high for this Tennessee team. Bronston, he has the reputation of a shooter. Ooh. Missed it. Oh, a deep down the field connection. Count that. That's an easy goaltend. And so Boswell quickly has 5 in the last couple of moments.
Is Gillespie turning the corner, which he does so well. Makes the help defender commit just enough to where Boswell can take his time, get on balance.
Got a turnover here, Pat, in the backcourt. And so Tennessee flexing its muscles. Gillespie looking to create. No angle for Ament. Akpara stays true. You know, he was that's one where you wonder how much that sits in the back of the mind. That has definitely been a talking point around Vol Hoops and around Vol Nation their last couple of games. That was easy for Ament. Could not finish it, though, after the offensive rebound. And they played well in their recent wins against Gardner-Webb and Louisville. There were some struggles with the line, while Bronston tried to stuff it.
He never got it up over the rim.
And then Clark snags that pass. Brown was running. Tennessee could not find him. So these Vols, they have started the second half on a 9-0 run.
It was trending that way towards the end of the first. And South Carolina State, they just overmatched and getting worn down. And this guy right here, Jaden Johnson, he's the only hope, getting hot.
At the 17 first half points, Tenabe draws the road games. Eric Martin, he joked, he goes, I think we've traveled, what, almost 10,000 miles here collectively. I say joked, I think that was the serious estimate, though. And so it has been a challenging slate, but maybe as tough as it is for some of the players, you know, again, it's tough when the record is what it is, but they are moving in the right direction. Pass inside, Brown got it. And this is Gillespie after the miss.
Under control, fast break opportunity.
Boy, look at that one. That's an easy one for Okpara.
Well, everybody is in the correct position. Gillespie pushes it to Ament on the wing, who's a threat to shoot, drive. And then you got Dwayne Brown again right there at the top of the key area for a nice high-low.
28 points now for Tennessee in the paint. That is where it excelled in those recent wins against Louisville and Gardner-Webb. Stays here with the Bulldogs.
And when we talk to Coach, he wants to ask about you. He wants to, so it's really impressive, but he's the most prepared guy. Or I'll put it this way, there isn't a more prepared guy. Yeah. And that's why, you know, he can't, you know, he knows they've uncovered, you know, turned over every rock. They've done every scouting report, and he's got some great assistant coaches that help him do that. And he allows them to coach. That's the other thing.
You know, that is a point to underscore. Brown draws the foul, but there has been great continuity. And Rick's the first one to say, I feel like I got 5 head coaches as my assistants.
Well, why wouldn't you want to? Tennessee provides incredible resources, some of the best out there, great facility to play in, great fan base.
This is Hodge. Oh, my goodness, that's another. If that's a block, that's the 4th for Okpara. Tennessee has just broken it open. And they now lead it by 43. Final non-conference tune-up. Lob to Okpara, and he scores it.
They've given a clinic on how to make the extra pass and play under control, play fast, under control basketball, get it to the right guy. Very, very unselfish basketball tonight from Tennessee.
They're basically at a 75% assist rate, which is extraordinary. 20 of their 28 makes are assisted. Oh, big-time lob to Ament. He has been the high-flying 5-star rookie tonight.
Make that 28-29?
Yeah. So Tennessee is across the 80-point threshold. Again, final non-conference tune-up, because you know what's looming? SEC opener in 4 days. We'll talk more about that when we return. Tennessee's up big on a Tuesday night. For an elite 65%, that's really good. So 75%, that is extremely hard to replicate on a night-in, night-out basis, and it shows you just how unselfish this team has been and wise with the decision-making today. Gillespie with the finger roll. Yeah, Gillespie with 19 to go along with the 6 assists.
Well, and you have a different roster this year where, for instance, Zakai Ziegler is, you know, he made a living creating shots for people.
Yep.
And if, you know, for this Tennessee team, you got to help each other get open. There's not.
I'm blushing over here. So kind of you to say. Tyndall cannot complete the 3-point play.
Well, you give me a ride to the airport tomorrow, right?
I always have you back.
Thank you.
Maybe not that far. It might make you, you know, call a cab or something. I got places to be.
You got places to be. Can't hold you back.
6:35 to go.
New Year's Eve.
And by the way, in that new year, I said it before we went to break. So who is Tennessee opening up SEC play with? You go on the road, Bud Walton Arena. Ament, by the way, score it, and he's going to the line for one more. But Tennessee is going to open up at Arkansas.
We haven't seen the success in the non-conference like we did last year in the SEC. However, you look at that schedule. Texas A&M plays a dangerous style of basketball with what they call bucky ball, full court pressure. They're going to get up a lot of threes.
Oh, look at Gillespie on the receiving end that time. Tennessee nearly takes the pass away in the backcourt. Carey trying to hustle to get back in it.
I think he took out 5 people in the first row. Maybe the whole first row. And then, of course, Kentucky, now they're healthy, is as good as anyone in the league.
Well, you said Carey had the fumble recovery earlier. Maybe it's a sack. Akara got that one. Are they going to count it? That one was on the way down. You know, that would have been his 5th block, which would have been a new career high. I think this is on the way down. I think Steven Anderson got this right.
Close enough.
Closer, yeah, closer than I thought. Ament? No. Nevertheless, Tennessee, you know, it was relatively close late stages of the first half. Tennessee ended the first half on a pretty significant run, had a 16-point lead at the break, and then really busted it open early on. You know, for a moment here, let's keep spotlighting Jaden Johnson. I mean, he is going to be a problem for a lot of teams in the MEAC. Very clever, crafty,
very good,
and a well-rounded scorer. Even for his slight 6'1" frame, boy, he is a smart player.
Yeah, and he can get around you, maintaining his balance. He's made multiple floaters in the lane.
He's got 23 points tonight.
Yeah, and you know, look at Tennessee. What is a little bit different about this year's team, and when you look at the box score tonight, you see a lot of guys contributing from the offensive end. 2 years ago, you have DK, Dalton Connect. Last year, Chaz Lanier, right? These are your NBA scorers.
Oh, there's Carey, the throwdown.
So this year, you've got to do it more by committee, is my point. And tonight was good for other guys to gain their confidence. And you learn how to play with each other. Where you like the basketball, where you don't. Catch it in rhythm. Where do I throw this alley-oop to Okpara? Or another good seal by Felix right there.
Ament steps into the 15-footer.
All those timing things are very important.
Last tune-up for the Vols. Non-conference play coming to a close tonight. And Tennessee, of course, in position to get to 10-3 before things get cooking in a couple of days.
I thought he was going to shoot that 3. Felix for 3.
He can stretch it. He's hit several times from distance. South Carolina State on the run out. Bronston struggled today. Finally gets one to go. He is known as a 3-point shooter.
Good looking stroke.
Yep.
Sometimes you just don't know going into a different gym. Loud crowd.